Students, now we can see the switches for D to A converters. The switches for D to A converters. The switches which connects the digital binary inputs to the nodes of a D to A converter is an electronic switch. The switches can be made of using diodes, bipolar junction transistor, field effect transistor or MOSFETs, and there are four main configurations used as switches for DACs. They are switches using Owen driven emitter followers, switches using MOS transistor, totem pole MOSFET switch and CMOS inverter switch. So CMOS switch for multiplying type DACs and CMOS transition gate switches. First we can see switches using over-driven emitter followers. This is the circuit that shows the arrangement of two transistors connected as emitter followers, and here a silicon transistor operated in saturation will have an offset voltage of 0.2 volt dropped across them, and to have a zero offset voltage condition, the transistor must be driven because the saturation factor becomes negative. Here the two transistors Q1 and Q2, that is NPN and PNP transistor, acts as a double pole switch at the basis of the transistor driven by plus 5.75 volt and minus 5.75 volt. In the first case, when VB1 equal to VB2 equal to plus 5.75 volt, Q1 is in saturation and Q2 is in off. Then VB approximately equal to 5 volt. Then with VB equal to VB1 equal to VB2 equal to 0.7 volt. In the second case, if the two voltages are negative, then Q2 is in saturation and Q1 is off, and the VB voltage is minus 5 volt and VB1 and VB2 equal to 0.75 volt. Next one, now thus the terminal B of the transistor R is connected to either minus 5 volt or plus 5 volt depending upon the input bit. Next one is switches using MOS transistor. There are two types. First one is totem pole MOS trans switch. The circuit shows the connection of this totem pole MOSFET switch. Here the switch is connected, MOSFET switch is connected in series with networks of R and 2R networks. The MOSFET driver is connected to the inverting terminal of the summing operation amplifier. The complementary outputs Q and Q bar drive the gates of the MOSFET Q1, M1 and M2 respectively. The S of flip-flop holds 1 bit of digital information of the binary word under conversion. Assuming the negative logic minus 5 volt is for logic 1 and plus 5 volt is for logic 0. And this operation is given by using two cases. That is, first case when the bit line is 1 with S equal to 1 and SR equal to 0 makes Q1 equal to 1 and Q equal to 0. This makes the transistor M1 on, thereby connecting the resistors R to reference voltage minus VR, and the transistor M2 remains in off condition. Now case 2, when the bit line is 0 with S equal to 0 and R equal to 1 makes Q equal to 0 and Q equal to 1. This makes the transistor M2 on and thereby connecting the resistor R to ground. Thus the transistor M1 remains in off condition. And the next one is switches using CMOS inverter. This is the circuit showing the CMOS inverter. It consists of a CMOS inverter connected with an operation amplifier acted as a buffer. The buffer drives the resistor R with a very low output impedance. Assuming a positive logic, that is plus 5 volt is for logic 1 and 0 volt is for logic 0. The operation can be explained by using two cases. First case, when the complementary of the bit line Q is low, M1 becomes on, connecting VR to the non-inverting input of the operation amplifier. This drives the resistors R high. And the second case is when the complement of the bit line Q is high, M2 becomes on and connecting ground to the non-inverting input of the operation amplifier. This pulls the resistor low. Next one is resistors for multiplying type of A to D converters. This is the circuit showing the resistor using the multiple A to D CMOS A to D converter. Here the heart of the switch element is found by transistor M1 and M2. The remaining transistor accepts the TTL and CMOS compatible logic inputs and provides the antiphase gates drives for the transistor M1 and M2. The operation for the two cases are all as follows. First one, when the logic input is 1, M1 is on and M2 is off, and the current IK is diverted to I0 bus. And the second case is when the logic input is 0 and M2 is on and M1 is off, then the current IK is diverted to I0 buses. And the last one is switches using CMOS transition gate. And this is the circuit showing the switches using CMOS transmission case. Here the disadvantage of using the individual NMOS and PMOS transistor are threshold voltage drops, that is NMOS transistor passing only minimum voltage of VR minus and VTH, and PMOS passing the minimum voltage of VTH. This is eliminated by using the transmission case, which uses a parallel connection of both NMOS and PMOS. The arrangement shown here can pass voltages from VR to 0, acting as an ideal switch. The following are the two cases. Case 1, when the bit line BK is high, both the transistor M1 and NP are on, offering low resistors over the entire range of the bit voltages. Second case, when the bit line BK is low, both the transistors are off, when the signal transition is inhibited withdrawn. Thus, the NMOS offers low resistance in the lower portion of the signal, and PMOS offers low resistance in the upper portion of the signal. As a combination, they offer a low parallel resistance throughout the operating range of voltages. That's all. Thank you.